hopefully you guys can see this. This is the Nox sensor that I'm going to replace since I'm going right here. And I keep, this sensor has been giving a bad signal for a while now. Every blue moon, like every other month, I'll clear it off. It'll give a code of U059A Nox sensor, or 59E Nox sensor A. And it was just bolted up here like that, with two 10mm bolts. And I just put a 10mm screw on each side of this to unbolt it. Then the one that was a pain is, see that bolt that's still down there? That can come out, but I'm not going to take it out. I got my wrench on the other side. I'm going to leave that in there. Now the next pain is I got to unplug it, right? So this, because it's been down there for so long, this sensor has lasted over 96,000 miles. So to unlock this sensor, I've got to take this yellow tab and pull it straight up, and then I'll be able to unplug this sensor. And so I wanted to share that just in case anybody had to replay. I'm gonna have to move the camera because I'm gonna need more space. But what I've got here to help me unplug it is just a little flathead, and probably I'm gonna have to move the camera because you can't even see it anyway. But I'm gonna take my time so I don't break any wires, and I'm gonna slowly keep prying up until I get this lock to come all the way up, and then I'll take it out. And once I take that out, then I'll show you how where you gotta how you unscrew the sensor from the exhaust. Okay, what I did was I just slightly, gently held it with both hands, and I just pried up this side a little bit, pried up this side. I got back behind it, kept prying it up so I wouldn't break it. Now I've got the tab pried all the way up, and then I should be able to, hold on, I should be able to pull this, unplug this. Wait a minute, it might not be pried all the way up. There we go, it wasn't pried all the way up. God, that thing gotta come up far. Now I should be able to pull it out. There we go. So now I show you, this is Nox sensor A, or sometimes if you have your machine, it may say bank 1 or Nox sensor A or upstream. This is, you got two of these. This is the one that's upstream or A or bank 1. And then to replace it, you see where the cord goes, you just route it around here, get it out of the way, and boom, look. See right there? Let me go up under the truck and then you can see. Okay. See up under here? Where did I got it at? Oh, it fell. Okay, there it is. And so basically, I'll just unbolt it from this piece here that's holding it in. When I unbolt that, that's the actuator, and this is where I screw it off here. And what I'll try to do, it may be easier for me to, while it's in place, it may be easier for me to screw the sensor off before I loosen everything, because it's so tight. It's on the exhaust, so it's going to be so tight. And so I'll loosen it right while it's on, or I'll try to loosen it. As a matter of fact, let me get my tool for that. This bolt that was holding the piece, this bracket to hold the cord on the actuator, it was a 10mm bolt. So I'm just going to take that out, and I will put that there. Or then again, I don't know if the new actuator, I don't think the actuator comes with this bolt, so I'm going to put this to the side. But I don't think the new actuator will come with that bolt, and I want to keep that. Now I've got this sensor free. And here is the part number. If anybody has to replace their sensor, that's the part number. I think it's like $300 and some from the dealer. But anyway. Okay, so I actually have an extra one of these sensors in the house, but however, I bought it off. Come here! I bought it in 2020. It's got the same numbers on it and everything. It looks OEM, but I don't know, because of this sensor being in such a tight place, I'm just gonna go pick up another one from the dealer when I pick up my other sensor, and I'll go from there. And so anyway, these are the sensor sockets. So okay, so this socket is the one that proves that works better. You just got to keep repositioning it as you turn it, because as you can see, I bent my heat shield here, because there's no way I'm going to try to take out these 10mm bolts when this exhaust has been there. They've been in there for so long. And so trying to take them out with that on there, I'm not going to do that. So I accidentally bent the heat shield, which is okay. I can always bend it back. But this socket here is the one that works. And this is a let me get the paper in case anybody wants it. This is the socket here that I use, 3HF drive sensor socket, rather than this one, because I would have had to put, if I put this one on there, then I got to put it ratchet in top, and with all that, I got to get putting this on top. I'll just have to put a longer bar and probably come up from the top and spin it off. But this one works good for me here, because I can just take my time and loosen it right here from the side, and just keep repositioning my ratchet in the socket. Yep. So anyway, that's that. Okay, I've got it loosened enough where I can take it on out. And that, my friend, ooh, look how black that thing is. Lord have mercy. Jesus! It goes about 496,000 miles. It is the stock. This got burned up one time. Transmission fluid was coming out when my transmission went out, and it caught a fire. I had to spray it down, so you still see. That's from me spraying it down with the fire extinguisher. Yup. And that's what burned this up. But anyway, so yeah, I got one of these in the house that I ordered off a line just to keep in stock. It was like 2020. However, because of where this thing is, to get to it, I mean, you don't have to take anything off but the breather and all of that, and just get a high stool. You could take it off from the top, but that bottom bolt was so tight to get to. And because sometimes online parts can be kind of iffy, I'm just going to keep that one I have in stock. Like I said, it looks just like this, but I'm going to get another one from the dealer. You can't beat this. 496,000 miles, and this thing is just going bad. But this is the upstream Nox sensor A, or depending on what type of computer you have, your computer may say Nox sensor 1 or bank 1 or something, or upstream. This is the upstream Nox sensor, and then there's also a downstream on the tailpipe. I don't know what code that gives off yet, because I have not gotten a code for that. But however, because I'm replacing this one, I'm also going to replace the other one on the exhaust. And because it's about 5 o'clock, I was going to take the exhaust off today, but I'm giving myself the next few days to do this. So I didn't put in a day of work, baby. Working on my own stuff. You know, I just was out here thanking God at the fact that I can do this myself, and I know that it's done right, and I don't have to depend on nobody to say, oh, I'm paying them all this money, I hope they do it right, you know. So I just thank God for that. But I'm done for the day. I've already got the oil drain, I've already taken the oil filter off, I've already took all the breather box off, I've already loosened all the stuff on top for the turbo, and then tomorrow I'm just going to start with the exhaust. But anyway, this is called U059E Nox sensor A. That's how you replace the Nox sensor A. It's only held on by 2 10mm bolts, and you want to get a long wrench to get that when you try to get that backside.